Gang, hope you're all doing well. Happy Monday night. So, a lot of stuff. First and foremost, congratulations to Luis Hill, starting pitcher for the New York Yankees, for winning the Baseball Writers Association of America 2024 American League Rookie of the Year. So, and congratulations to Paul Skeens in the National League and the Pittsburgh Pirates for winning the National League version of Rookie of the Year. Both of them, I don't remember the last time both pitchers in each league got it, but this year it's both pitchers, which is fantastic. So, now, with that said, neither one of these players are going to net their team a draft pick. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. And we'll get so you can get your comments as well. Smash those like buttons. Let's get the likes up as quickly as we possibly can. Let's try to get over 100 likes. I greatly appreciate it. But again, they're not netting their team draft picks. Why? Well, number one, Luis Hill wasn't on a preseason top 100 list prior to top 100 prospects list. And you have to be on, I think, 2 of them. And then we're going to Rookie of the Year in order to get your team a draft pick. So the criteria is a little strict. On the National League side, Paul Skeens, he fit the criteria, but he also had an abbreviated season because he got called up late. But they're both earning themselves a year of service time. But neither team is getting a draft pick, unfortunately. But congratulations to both of them running Rookie of the Year. Colton Cowser was second place, and Austin Wells was third place. And in the National League with Jackson Merrill was third, and then Jackson Churio was third. Merrill was second, Churio was third. So congratulations to all of them. Now, that's one piece. Okay. There's a couple other things we got to go over. Number one, the Yankees signed 2 players today. For those that haven't heard. 2 players to minor league deals. Why minor league deals? Well, they're not going to be on the 40-man. Right? What does that tell you? They just added 2 players so they can move 2 guys up to the 40-man. Now, they haven't announced the 2 players yet, but they have to do by tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline to put guys on the 40-man to protect them from the Rule 5 draft. Right? So that's an important deadline tomorrow. And tomorrow's also the deadline to decide whether you're going to accept or decline a qualifying offer as well. So we still have yet to hear from several players. So we're going to hear that as well. We got, 3 or 4 players who have made their decisions already. Shawman Nye's declining. Sandy Ramirez is accepting. So, and I'm going to go through the whole list as well. But the first player the Yankees signed is Pablo Reyes. He's a 31-year-old infield prospect, which kind of leads me to believe that Caleb Durbin is going to come up, which is no-brainer. They got to get him up here to protect him from the Rule 5 draft because otherwise he's going to get swiped out. He'll get swiped by instantly on the Rule 5 draft. So, Pablo Reyes, and again, he's got some Major League experience. Okay, he was, and I'm just going to read this. And Christian Hernandez, a right-handed pitcher, 24-year-old right-handed pitcher as well. So they got a bat and they got a pitcher. 2 of them will not get 40-man roster spots, but will be assigned to the minor league baseball affiliates. Reyes is a 31-year-old with 234 games of Major League Baseball experience. Has a career 78 WRC plus while playing big league games for the Pirates, the Brewers, the Red Sox, and the Mets. Christian Hernandez is 24 years old. He's a right-handed pitcher who comes out of the bullpen, so another project for Matt Blake. And again, they're looking to add depth to the bullpen, right? Because they got a lot of guys got to moving on, and you're getting some young guys with controllable years. The Yankees added one last week too. Now you got 2 guys with potentially 6 years of control, right up the Yankees' alley before they start attacking free agency or potentially the trade market. So they've already added 2 pieces that could be depth pieces to the bullpen. Okay, so he's got 42 innings pitched at Double-A with a 3.19 ERA, 44 strikeouts to only 9 walks. So it's almost a 8-to-1 ratio, or 5-to-1 ratio. Excuse me. That's pretty darn good. Strikeout to walk ratio. So he's got pretty good control. So those are the 2 Yankees players that they've signed. Okay, now to the other thing, Juan Soto. There's a lot of noise. Right? The Yankees met with Juan Soto today. He met with the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, and the Mets last week. He's meeting with the Dodgers tomorrow. This is no surprise. We knew he was going to do that. He said he was going to do this. He's going to give everybody a fair shot that wanted to have a presentation to him. That's exactly what he's doing. Okay, so but the Yankees did meet with him today. They had Brian Cashman was there. Aaron Boone was there, and Hal Steinbrenner was there. I'm sure they made the full court press just like the Red Sox did, just like the Mets did. Okay, And let's be realistic as to what's going to happen here. We're hearing a lot of speculation. Yesterday from Hector Gomez and Carlos Berger, neither one of them is a credible source. Okay, but now it's floating around that the Mets made $660 million offer, and then we're hearing today that the Mets are willing to beat any offer by $50 million, and so on and so forth. This is one of the things. The teams don't know the top offers. So this is what we're hearing. So, but which is right down Mets fans and Mets trolls alley, right? They love to hear this. They need to be trolls. They need to do this to troll Yankee fans and Yankees community. They need to do this. They're already wearing Soto jerseys, Mets jerseys at Citi Field. So let them go right ahead. Go right ahead. The Yankees have already been also, preparing for backup plans as well. Whether it's talking to the Twins about Byron Buxton, they've already inquired about Teoscar Hernandez. Santan, they've already inquired about Pete Alonso. They've inquired about Corbin Burns, Max Fried, right? A lot of these guys. So, but keep in mind, too, let's just say, okay, Juan Soto gets $700 million for 14 years, which is $15 million per, right? 50 million per, excuse me. A lot of folks are saying, well, if you're going to give him 700, you might as well 700. If you don't spend 700, if you don't get him, well, the problem with that is you're going to spend 700 in half the time. So instead of 50 going up on your payroll, you're going to increase the payroll by 100 million. I mean, even more than that, which is going to completely blow the whole place up. Now, keep in mind, the non-tender deadline is Friday. I expect them to non-tender a couple players. I also expect them to trade a couple players before the meetings before the spring starts. I expect them to trade most likely Nestor Cortez and Marcus Stroman, which will also clear up a lot of payroll money. They'll probably have to eat some money to move Nestor Cortez. To move Stroman, but I expect them to probably non-tender Trent Grisham, probably Tim Meza, maybe even John Birdie. So, which in case they'll save another over $10 million there. So there's ways of the Yankees to lower the payroll a little bit more, create some more payroll space. Okay, so and make trades and hit it free agency. Because the fact is, if Soto comes here, let's just say it's 50. I'm just going to 50 million is the number, right? And which leaves the Yankees with like maybe a little over 20 million left to play with. It's not a lot, but if they clear another 20, now they have 40 million to play with. It's a different ballgame. They make some trades, they can address some needs. It looks like they're already quietly addressing the back end, some type of middle relief with young, hard-throwing arms. This kid that they got today throws 97, 98 on a regular basis. So he throws hard. And one of the problems that the Yankee fans had this year was we didn't have any hard-throwing strikeout guys, right? The Yankees have already added 2 of them this offseason. So, quietly. So, but shout out to everybody in the chat. Pablo isn't the prospect. Say it's a prospect. They signed a guy who's got major league experience, 234 games of major league experience. So, but they added infield depth because they're going to bring up a prospect, Caleb Durbin, tomorrow to the 40-man and another player, most likely, to protect him from the Rule 5 draft. So, and that's the key. And they have to do this by tomorrow. So, but shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Appreciate all you. Smack that like button. Let's get over 100 likes if we can. But this is what we know right now. This is what we know right now in terms of free agency, the deadlines, the Juan Soto situation, the free agency. And I'm looking right now to see the rookie of the year situation. Tomorrow the Dodgers are meeting with Scott Boras and Juan Soto. Tomorrow, no surprise. And Davey Garcia, former Yankee, signs a minor league deal with the Milwaukee Brewers today. So congratulations to Davey Garcia. It's a minor league deal. And we still have we're still waiting to hear from almost 10 guys in terms of qualifying offers. So we're going to hear about a lot of that. The deadline is tomorrow to decide whether you're going to accept it or deny it. And I think we know 2 or 3 players so far. We're still waiting to hear about 10 more. So it's going to be busy tomorrow. It's going to be busy tomorrow. And again, the Rule 5 deadline is tomorrow too. So expect a lot of activity tomorrow. And in terms of 15, the way I would structure a deal with Soto is I would give him an opt-out, maybe 6 or 7 years in. I've said this before. I would not give him a no-trade clause. I give him an opt-out, right? And if you want to opt out when you're 32 or 33, go right ahead. And if he does, I let him walk. I'll take 6 or 7 years of prime Soto. Let somebody else pay for the back end years. I have no problem with that at all. Zero problem with that. If that's what it costs to get him here, we already know it's going to cost. And I said this once Ohtani signed that contract of $700 million. I said it for a year now. It gave Scott Boras the opening to ask for the same thing. Period. And we're hearing that he wants Soto to be close to the first $50 million a year player. Right? So, which is crazy, but that's where, want to blame anybody, you got to blame Ohtani's people. The Dodgers gave him this ridiculous contract. And they set a new threshold. Almost $30 million a year more than Mike Trout. Almost $30 million a year more than Mike Trout. So, crazy. Absolutely nuts. I can't, and people keep saying, oh, the Yankees aren't going to offer him. We're hearing this, there is no way the Yankees are going to go out there and offer him $100 million less than the Mets. There's zero chance in the world that was going to happen. I think we all know that. Okay, I honestly, I encourage folks to stop listening to the propaganda. Okay, the Yankees know the Mets are going to bid high. They know this already. Everybody does, right? So, but like I said, you got to be strategic here, and you got to build some type of protection for the Yankees, which is why I would give an opt-out 6 or 7 years in. If you give 14 years, $700 million, if you can throw an opt-out in there 6 or 7 years in, which he'd likely exercise if he keeps playing well, go right ahead and exercise it. I walk at that point. I would rather walk from him at 33 than walk from him at 26. Right? That to me is just a no-brainer. 38 likes. All right, we got 109 people in here. Everybody hit that thumbs up, please. Let's see how quickly we can get to 100. I greatly appreciate it. It's always helpful in a live stream. It's always great for the algorithm too. So I thank you. Yeah, well, this is not going to. I mean, the thing about something to keep in mind too. Scott Boras is 70 years old. He's not going to do a long-term deferred contract, and you have to wait until he's 90 to be paid out on it. And the Yankees generally don't do deferred contracts. So I understand that, but I would rather pay him the money up front and give him the opt-out. And if he opts out, which he likely would, I walk. So, and yeah, I don't see any scenario where he gets less than $600 million, Jonathan. Zero. Yeah. And we haven't seen confirmation yet on the $660 million offer that was apparently made. None of the the major folks, the major beat writers corroborated this. But now you got Michael K talking about it. You got other channels on YouTube talking about it. Like, that's why I think it was important to say yesterday. We need corroborating reports to confirm it was actually true. But if it's true, then obviously it's on. But we haven't gotten proof that it was true yet. So exactly Beagle. It's a rumor right now, right? So, and that's what it is. So, but again, we're going to get a lot of smoke coming from the Mets universe. They need that. They need to do that. To the Yankees community. It's just like, whatever. Whatever. Do it all you want. You get them, you get them. If you don't, you don't. But I doubt, we're going to be trolling the Mets fans community. Well, at least I won't be if you don't get them. I have better things to do my time than waste my time with Mets trolls. Better things to do. So, Jack, what's good? What is good? Yeah, it was probably a Mets fan. I don't doubt it. Demon D's in the place too. But that's what we have right now. This is the news we've got right now. That's the Juan Soto news, the Rookie of the Year news. Okay, the two signings for the Yankees. Again, they signed a 24-year-old right-handed relief pitcher and a 31-year-old infielder. Okay, with controllable years. And again, gives them infield depth, gives them bull depth, which also suggests to me that they might non-tender John Birdie, right? They may trade Oswald Peraza. They may move one of these other guys. I expect the infield, even the bench to look different. The infield to look different. The bench to look different. I expect the outfield to look different. I wouldn't be surprised if they non-tender Trent Grisham. They're going to save about $6 million doing that. Give them an opportunity to play elsewhere. So Who reported what, Jonathan? The Mets offer Carlos Baerga, former player, and via Hector Gomez, who is not a credible source. So I mentioned Baerga yesterday, but I didn't want to name drop Gomez because it's he's known as a propagandist. So, but a lot of people like to peddle his baloney. Oh, the Yankees signings? The Yankees did. The Yankees did, Jonathan. Yeah. Yeah, we can't find corroborating reports. There's articles too, Jonathan, about the Yankees signing two players again, they're signing them to minor league deals. That way they won't be on the 40-man, which allows them to move guys onto the 40-man, right? Standard procedure, day before Rule 5 deadline. So Jacob Petruzzi's in the house. They signed an infield, a 31-year-old infielder. Let me get his name again. He's got some major league experience. 31-year-old infielder Pablo Reyes, and a right-handed reliever Christian Hernandez. 24-year-old pitcher, 31-year-old infielder for some depth. Yeah. If they're going to sign a free agent first baseman, I think there's 0% chances Alonso. Christian Walker's there. There's no way I wouldn't sign Alonso when you can sign Christian Walker. There's no way in the world. So, Kevin, I get your logic. I would rather trade for Brendan Donovan from the Cardinals instead of Arenado, if I could. And if he's in the building. What's good, brother? Yeah. Santander, I'm 50-50. I would rather sign Jurickson Profar over Santander. Profar's got like a 380 on base percentage. Santander's much lower. So Santander's got some good home run numbers, but this is like the outlier year. He's got not a great glove either. So there's this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing on Sasaki and Murakami. They're most likely going to get posted after December 15th. Remember, the period is January 15th to December 15th. And up until that point, they would get 2024 money, or what's left of it. If they get posted after 2015, after December 15th, then they get the 2025 money, and everybody's pool gets reset after that. So don't expect Sasaki or Murakami to get posted before December 15th. That's my take on that. Do I think they'll most likely both get posted? Yes, but after December 15th. And there was still the same thing would apply. You have 45 days to negotiate with every team. So, yeah, free agent options. Christian Walker, he's better, one of the best defensive first baseman. Carlos Santana is a great option too in free agency. He's older, but you can probably get him on a 1 or 2 year deal. Yandy Diaz in a trade. Nate Lowe in a trade. There are options out there that don't require somebody that you spend $200 million on Pete Alonso, who's a terrible defensive first baseman. I think Nestor Cortez gets moved, and I think Marcus Stroman gets moved, which would put them in a position to get another starter. Who, I don't know. I'm not sure, but they if they move them, they clear up a hell of a lot of payroll. Yep. So the posting window closes December 15th. But December 15th is the cutoff. So that if they get posted after that, then they get the 2025 money, which is everybody's pool is reset. Right now, whatever is left for the teams is what's available to them. If they reset, and I put out a video on this, we went over the whole entire list of the money that was available for each team. The Yankees have over $6 million in international money. There's a chance that any team can get both of them because they're subject to international free agency. So, and their teams can only max out on posting fee money. So, the posting window closes, but it has to open before that. February 1st, meaning December 15th. It has to open. in order for it to close February 1st. That's 45 days. So that's that cutoff, right? That's that calendar cutoff, and that's the way that it is. So nothing on Verdugo yet. Tinkerell. I think he's gonna go probably to the American League West somewhere. I pass on Goldschmidt, in all honesty. He's just older, declining player, just like Arenado. I pass on those guys, in all honesty. Hey, there's a couple teams, but they're not the top teams that have international, like the Reds, the Brewers, and Tanner Scott's a very he's going to be the most expensive reliever. So if they don't get him, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think they're going to have their eyes on him, Jeff Hoffman, Carl Estevez, even somebody like Kirby Yates or. Mhm. Would I pull the trigger on the Sporting News trade, which was what Ryan Helsley and Brendan Donovan in exchange for who again, Ken? Was it Luis Hill? Who else is in that trade, Ken? JJ, that's a depth piece. It's a depth piece. It makes it easier. That's why he's not on the 40 man. And again, 11 hits and 60 at bats in other places, not here. So they can get Murakami and any team can get him, Hayden. Any team can get both. Every team will have, if they post after December 15th, every team will have an equal shot. Yeah, Luis Hill, Chase Hampton, and someone else. Who was the other guy, Pedro? If I had to pick between Jack Flaherty and Scherzer behind Cole, I'd go with Flaherty, Siciliano. I'd go with Flaherty. He's 10 years younger. Oh, Warren, that's right. So Will Warren, Luis Hill, and Chase Hampton for Brendan Donovan and Ryan Helsley. I would probably do that. To me, Brendan Donovan's the key piece there. You get a power closer to come to pair with Luke Weaver, and then you get that important bat, 3 years of control. So it was slat. He was a contact hitter with speed and a fundamentally sound player. Yeah, that's somebody I would probably make that trade. And again, this could be that's selling high on Luis Hill winning Rookie of the Year. There's no guarantee he's going to repeat the season. So, and they could replace Luis Hill. So, well, exactly, young, controllable players, and that's Brendan Donovan. Brendan Donovan's 27. He's got 3 more arbitration seasons. That's the type of player you move Luis Hill for. Yep. Yes, indeed. I doubt they're going to do deferred money, only because Scott Boras is his agent. He's like 70-something years old. I don't think he's going to do any deferred contracts. He's going to want to get paid up front. The deadline's Friday for non-tender. I think Trent Grisham is a non-tender. Tim Mesa, maybe John Birdie. I think they're probably going to trade Jose Trevino. I think they're probably going to trade Nestor Cortez, and that's the non-tender list right there. Those 5 guys. But Grisham, Birdie, and Mesa. That's going to clear up about $12 million in payroll. So, what I think about the other trade proposals: Spencer Jones, Stroman, and Will Warren to the Cubs for Bellinger and Nico Horner. I would probably just try to go for Nico Horner, and I would take away Spencer Jones out of that. We don't need Cody Bellinger and Nico Horner. I'd rather just get Spencer Jones. I mean, I'd rather get if you can get Nico Horner and sign Christian Walker, sign me up for that. I don't want to give Spencer Jones for that package. No way. Nico Horner's got $11 million on his deal per year for the next 2 years, and Bellinger has 27 this year, and he's got a $30 million opt-in for 2026, meaning he can have a crappy year and still opt into the contract and make $30 million for the next year. I worry about Bellinger more than anything. So I would pass on that trade. I would limit it. But again, if I had my choice, like I said, Brendan Donovan's my first choice. If I'm going to acquire an infielder in a trade, I don't want anybody but Brendan Donovan. But that's just me. Everson Pereira, yep, he could be traded. I mean, Oswaldo Cabrera could be traded too. So, but if you can get Donovan and Helsley, man, that's a hell of a trade. Mm-hmm. Sign me up for Brendan Donovan, Ryan Helsley. Sign me up for that. We don't know if the Yankees made an offer or not. We have no idea. Just like we don't even know if the Mets offer is true. Because it didn't come from Mets camp. It came from Hector Gomez and Carlos Baerga, neither of whom were credible sources. So the kid that today, Christian Hernandez, he throws like 97, 98. 24-year-old pitcher that the Yankees signed today. Yeah, Pablo Reyes played for the Pirates, the Brewers, the Red Sox, and the Mets. No thoughts on that's just a timing thing. Dodgers having a last meeting. I don't think they're going to sign Soto anyway. No. The 8th Avenue, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. It's all of you that make this better, this place better. So, I'm fine if you get David Robertson or Kirby Yates. If you can add Tanner Scott, that's a different bullpen look right there. Different feel. Different. We got 59 likes, guys. We got 115 people in here. Please smack that like button. We do it right now. Let's see if we can get over 100 likes in the next 2-3 minutes. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Soto did meet with the Yankees today. Him and Boris met with the Yankees in Los Angeles. So, yep. CeeLo. The Dodgers, I agree. Dodgers, I think, are just driving up the price. CeeLo, man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Does Grisham have some added leverage with Soto? I don't think so, in all honesty, Michael. I don't think so. I think the timing of him, they're going to non-tender him to make room for Soto, right? So, yeah. We're ready for the next step. That didn't mean he's not coming back to the Yankees. That could also mean he's ready for the next step, meaning win the World Series. What makes the Mets a World Series contender if he goes there? If they don't sign Alonso, and they might lose 2 or 3 pitchers, right? Pedro, believe me, I would try my best to get Brendan Donovan here. Coach Carl, what's happening, my friend? Guys, you're really doing a fantastic job over there at CBA. I mean, your team is primed and ready to go. Well done. Well done, Coach Carl. Well, I don't know if Soto lives in L.A., but Scott Boris's office is in L.A. We know that the Boris Corporation is in Los Angeles, but it's not a Beltran report. It's a Carlos Baerga report. So, yeah. The Knicks are up 122. Nice job with the Knicks. No, there's no guarantee that Roki's going to go there. Roki goes to the Dodgers. I know there's the reports are saying they're favored and blah blah blah, but he'd be third fiddle over there in terms of Japan. So, he wants to be one of the best. He wouldn't be third fiddle in New York. So he's also close with Darvish and the Padres, so he could go there too. But he'd be the top Japanese guy here, and he idolized Masahiro Tanaka. So I hope that these guys use Masahiro Tanaka in the sales pitch. I really do. Oh, Cooper Flag, yeah, from Duke. Kid's good. I wouldn't call him the evil empire just yet. They have to win multiple World Series in a row. Yeah. Yes, I agree, Ken. Boris, he's got to ace this offseason. He does. He's got 18 players he's representing, 18 free agents. So. Yeah, exactly, CeeLo. I mean, people want to give Soto to the Mets just like that. They want to give Roki to the Dodgers. Go right ahead. People can do it all the time. Go. Give it to them. Don't complain if these guys come to the Yankees. Yeah. just going to sit here quietly and wait and see what happens. 75 likes. All right, we're 3/4 of the way to 100 likes. Now we got 122 people in here. Fantastic, gang. You guys are the best. Well, that's the other thing too, Ben. The gambling thing on that would have not. He would have gotten eaten alive in New York, Otani, by the New York media. They would not have let him fly for that. There's no way. It's a hornet's nest here. LA's the different media market than New York. Huge market team, yes, but the New York market is completely different. Fan base completely different. No. I think, Boris is probably going to be pretty aggressive this offseason, trying to get a lot of his players signed. You can't run it out as much as you can last year. It didn't really warrant, I wish believe me, I tried to get Brian Cashman on here as a guest, but he wouldn't come on right now during the offseason when he's going to be busy, so especially with the winter meetings coming up. But I do have Hector from Morning Brew. He's going to be live at the winter meetings, and I'll be live with him every day, reporting stuff as it comes in, breaking news, all kinds of news. So stay tuned. Make sure your notifications are turned on. I'll get you everything. So, I hate them for getting Otani with the deferred money. Who's praising them that was hating them? Tech. Who's that? I think that, they're paying him $2 million a year right now to play for them for the next decade. Then they're going to pay him $68 million a year to not play for them the decade after that. So they're going to be financially a little hamstrung the next decade. The winter meetings is in 2 weeks, Hayden. Starts December 8th. December 8th. Imagine this. If they signed Roki, Corbin Burns, Estevez, Trey Cortez for Donovan, non-tenor DFA. Yeah, I don't think they'll DFA Stroman because you have to eat the money. LeMahieu, maybe, but they're going to try and trade Stroman to eat some of that money. Soto's got to be priority number one, but, if you can get Roki with Soto, yeah, social media. But this is, again, so many people get their news from social media. So many people think their opinions are facts. You got to get to all this stuff on Twitter and X. It's like a lot of it's propaganda. That's where they love to spread their stuff on Twitter and X because that's the propaganda machine that everybody loves. Propaganda gets people fired up. Facts don't, right? So, yeah, Matthews, they had a good meeting, but that's the problem. They're not going to leak anything with these meetings. Maybe somebody in the Mets circle purposely leaked to try to get into Yankees' heads, for all we know. But maybe we'll hear something tomorrow on the Yankees meeting. But he's meeting with the Dodgers tomorrow, Soto and Boris. So, and they're already out in LA, so it makes sense for them to meet with the Dodgers. So, the Royals, I could see that. Well, it depends on who they get. I can see them being aggressive in free agency, the Royals. I can see that. But we'll see. We'll see. No, he's not. See, Hiroki Sasaki is coming here posting before he's 25, so he's subject to international. So 3 years of art, pre-arb and 3 years of art. He's none of that stuff. He's going to cost the $700,000, just like Anthony Volpe costs. When you post before you're 25, you have to go international free agency, not in a major league contract. So he's signing an amateur contract. So is Murakami. So that's a huge difference. So Jonathan India is the Royals are working on a trade to get him from the Reds. We don't need India for a second, in all honesty. And I think Caleb Durbin's going to get a legitimate shot. We did have Kirby Yates before. Yep. I don't know if they treated him like I don't remember they treated him like he was garbage, but he you look at his stats, he had like a 1.17 ERA this year. We don't know that he's gone yet, Andy William. We don't know that he's gone. Do I anticipate anyone accepting? I think Luis Severino will probably accept it. I could see Nick Pivetta accepting it from Boston. Maybe those two guys, and I think everybody else will probably reject it. I think. We'll see. We're still waiting to hear from like 10 more players, and it has to happen by tomorrow. So Roki comes if Soto leaves and Roki gets yeah he'll definitely get 18. That's not yeah. Um yeah, Jose. I mean, don't I wouldn't be surprised if they go after Corbin Burns. Like nobody's really mentioning Corbin Burns to the Yankees. They keep mentioning him to the Mets, the Mets, the Mets. So many people are linking these people to the Mets, right? So I think they'll match to 660. So trade Stroman to the Pirates for I don't know if they have a good reliever anymore. I don't know how David Bednar is from the Pirates anymore. I think Stroman gets moved some way. There are a couple teams. We know that the Tampa Bay Rays need catching depth. Don't be surprised if Jose Trevino gets traded to the Rays. So yeah, yeah. I Boris has this. He does it all this time with his players. They wait until the last day to decline or accept. So and very rarely do they accept qualifying offers. very, very rarely. So yeah, but he'll decline it. Or if he does sign elsewhere, the Yankees will get draft picks for him. He's the number one free agent in all of baseball. So, Robert, I appreciate that. Thank you. We try to, it's important for us to be accurate here. I can understand we entertain all the different hypotheses and ideas and stuff like that, but we do not peddle propaganda like other channels do. It's very important to me to not use other people's talking points, especially bad ones. So many people come here from other channels and with their talking points, and it's just terrible. It's so far from the truth, and I think it's important to. We got 80 likes, or we need 20 to get. We got 122 people in here. We need 20 more to get to 100 likes. Keep hitting those like buttons, gang. Thank you, Jonathan. I'm not sure if Cole was at the meeting today. I know Cashman was there, Boone was there, and Hal was there. I'm not sure if any players were there. Yeah, it would be hilarious if Soto accepted it, but he won't do that. So, and Ken's financial propaganda, along with my financial propaganda, right, Ken? Yeah, it's just it's laughable. Let me look up and see if we got any new news here. Really quickly, while we're up here. The same stuff. Let me check. Propaganda Central, which is X. No, nothing of significance right now. No. Okay. Oh well, that's all right. But keep your eyes and ears open. Make sure your notifications are turned on because there's going to be a lot of moves that the Yankees are going to make over the next couple weeks because they have to, and a lot of it revolves around Soto and the other pieces. But keep in mind, I say this too: Soto does nothing to address the bullpen. He does nothing to address the infield. So they still have to make those moves regardless. Regardless. So the Guardians could use Stroman. There are a couple teams that could use it. Diamondbacks could use him. Yeah, exactly, Jose. I like he signed Hubba Bubba Gum. Good. I want like a big wad in his face. Exactly, Ken. Just give him $1 billion contract at that infinitely. They're bathing in $100 bills. He's got Hal Steinbrenner's flying in his private jet with the big waterbed. Yeah. Zach Messenger as another protective candidate option too for the 40-man too. There are a couple guys, TJ Rumfield. Again, they signed the pitcher today, so maybe Messenger is an option for them. Ben Shields, I don't know if he's Rule 5 eligible, I would put him up there. Right now, they're at 35 out of 40 on their 40-man roster, so they can move 5 guys to the 40-man right now. So they have 5 spots open. 85 likes. All right, we got 5 more. Profar to me, I mean, how do you recreate Soto in the aggregate? Profar is a logical fit for me because if Soto doesn't come here, you got to move Judge to right field, and then decide whether Jason Dominguez is going to stay. If he's going to play. If he stays, he plays left or center, right? So, and then who do you get for left if Dominguez plays center? Profar is a logical choice, or you trade for that guy Taylor Ward if you can from the Angels. Some of those guys, and neither one of them are going to break the bank. I know people are mentioning Luis Robert, and but that's going to cost a haul, an absolute haul, just like Garrett Crochet's going to cost a haul. But keep it in. You never know. I could see the Yankees trading for a starter with controllable years instead of spending $20 million a year on Jack Flaherty. So this is where Brian Cashman comes out of nowhere with these trades that nobody was thinking of. Right? So this is where, like, this is the ninja part of Brian Cashman, where he works behind the scenes. That's why he doesn't leak anything. Never does. He just strikes out of nowhere. But either way, we are going to hear news tomorrow about the Yankees. Yeah, exactly. Moneyball can't rebuild Soto. Yeah, keep in mind Moneyball too. They never won the World Series, so it's Scott Hatter. It's funny they talk. Scott Hatterberg and Pena. Like, they never talked about Miguel Tejada. They never talked about Eric Chavez. They never talked about Barry Zito, Mark Mulder, Tim Hudson. All those guys were on that team. I mean, yeah, this would be really cool if Murakami and Sasaki both came here. It'd be awesome if they did. Yeah. The Moneyball is a great movie. I love Brad Pitt, and he was fantastic. I love Philip Seymour Hoffman playing Art Howe. He was great. We haven't heard anything, Brandon, whether they made an offer yet to Soto. We haven't heard anything. Dev the Devastator. 670 for 14. I know the $47 million was some kind of magic number, or apparently would eclipse some kind of on Shohei Ohtani's deal, or blah, blah, blah. So, Jake Boss, watch out for December 15th. Because that's the cutoff date for when the 2024 money gets flipped into the 2025 money. And everybody's pool internationally resets to the full pool. So they'll have a lot more teams bidding for their services. And then the cutoff is February 1st, which is 45 days out from December 15th. So that's the key date, December 15th. And you take the 45 days, February 5th, that gives them the 45-day window to negotiate. So that's the date I would be looking out for. And we're already in late November. Nobody's been posted yet. So, and again, they have 45 days to negotiate. I don't think we're going to figure out until December 15th. Again, that's when everybody's international money resets to 2025, December 15th. So, well, yeah, Soto's that star, man. And same here. I mean, look, Michael, I would play Donovan. You can play him anywhere. I mean, he plays multiple infield, so you can play him at first and have Chisholm. It also depends on if they decide to go. If Caleb Durbin wins the job outright, then you play him at second. You can play Jazz at third, and you can play Donovan at first. If you don't sign somebody like Christian Walker. So, Hayden. Well, all we heard so far was that his team said they will post him early, and Murakami has already signed Casey Close, one of the top American agents. We know that already because that's confirmed. But again, I wouldn't expect either one of them to be posted until December 15th. Like Sasaki's not posted yet. They said they were going to post them, but you'll know exactly when it gets posted. And the next logical deadline is December 15th for these guys to be up and running and starting that 45-day negotiating period. And again, keep in mind, if they don't reach a deal in that 45-day period, then they have to go back to Japan for a whole nother year. So that's another part of this criteria that has to happen. They have to reach a deal within that 45 days. Yep. Jeter's former agent, Casey Close. I think it's the other way around, Elmatic. I think we're going to move Judge to DH to protect his legs. He's bigger. He's older. And once Stanton moves on, I think Judge should be transferred to DH to keep him healthy. So, Caddyshack, nice, CeeLo. That's a great movie. I hope Roki comes here. It'd be fantastic. I really would. Pedro, if the Yankees landed both of them, would be awesome. And again, they get them both in pre-arb. And again, keep in mind, you're getting them on the cheap so that if they don't work, if they don't turn out to be a bust for some reason, you could move on from them, right? Or trade them. Like, it's not like you're giving them $200 million each. Like, the Dodgers are stuck with Yamamoto for the next 12 years because of all the money they gave him, right? They didn't get him in pre-arb and arb. It's a huge difference. So you're lucky that Sasaki's going to be posted early before he turns 25. We're very lucky. Any team that gets him is going to be very lucky, and they're going to get him on the dirt cheap, which is crazy. Soto doesn't need to play first base right now. That's not even a thought right now, especially. I would just keep him in right field for now. We don't need him to be Jim Edmonds in the outfield. We need him to be Juan Soto, right? And we don't need him to be Don Mattingly at first base. He's not here for his defense. He's here for his on-base percentages, hitting, what he does at the plate, how he makes all the offensive players around him better. He's a generational hitter. Yeah. Arias could be the third baseman of the future. I mean, George Lombard could be the third baseman of the future at some point. Rock Riggio. I mean, they keep developing. They're still years away, all these guys, but we'll see. Why is Yamamoto not going to age well then in MLB? Why do you say that? Do I think the Yankees could trade for who? For Marcus? Who are you referring to, Michael? Yeah, I don't know yet, CeeLo. I think free agency, my top choice is Christian Walker. Trade, it's either Vinny Pasquantino or Nate Lowe. Rangers, or you got Yandy Diaz from the Rays. There's a couple options. First baseman. And Carlos Santana free agency too. So I'm a hard pass on Pete Alonso. There are options this year, CeeLo. Definitely options. Christian Walker's my top pick in free agency if they go down that route. But keep in mind, I said this too. He's attached to a qualifying offer, right? So I don't think the Yankees are going to sign anybody attached to a QO until they figure out what the deal is with Sasaki and Murakami to see if they're going to have a chance at signing. You need all the international money available possible for these guys, which is why I can't see them signing anybody with a QO because they have to give $1 million up in international money immediately, right out of the gate, and 2 draft picks. So that's the tough part, right, Ken? Yeah. QO makes it difficult, especially now if you have international players, especially if you have 2 big Japanese players who are going to go internationally rather than being posted at 25, which is a different story. So signing these guys with a QO it makes you pursue players differently. Yeah, they're okay. Duran and Casas, I can't see them being sent to the Yankees, but I can see them being sent to, the White Sox for Garrett Crochet. That I can see. Yandy Diaz in the Dominican jail. No, that's Wander Franco, isn't it? Yandy Diaz plays for the Rays. He's a good player. First baseman, third base. He's a good player. Juan DeFranco's in jail, and he just got arrested again. Juan DeFranco's the guy who was having relations with like a 13-year-old from the Rays. That super prospect, a pedophile. Yeah, maybe Walker Buehler. And then you got guys like Alex Cobb. You got some other guys too. I could see them adding a depth piece either way in the rotation. Yep. Yeah, Juan DeFranco's the guy that's in jail. Yandy Diaz is a normal dude. Good player. But my top trade target to me is Brendan Donovan. He's the guy I would trade for if we could. And if you can get a Helsley to the deal and you make a multiplayer trade, sign me up for that. Francisco Valoria, I mean, it's still too early to tell with these guys. Still too early to tell. Yeah, the Mets might lose 3 pitchers. So, why is Soto a Red Sox, Steven? Well, exactly, too, Ken. Yeah, he's going to get his entire contract from the Rays without having to play another inning of baseball, which is crazy. They have to pay him for the next decade while he's in prison, which is crazy. Normal dudes is key. CeeLo. Yankees like normal dudes too, thankfully. So have a great night too, Beagle Dad. I'll wrap this up shortly as well. But I wanted to keep you updated on all the news. That's what we know right now. That's what we know about Soto. Congratulations to the Rookie of the Year winners and the 2 new signings for the Yankees. Again, tomorrow's the Rule 5 deadline. Tomorrow's also the QO deadline. So there's going to be a lot more news coming. MLB MVP, let's see. Award announcements. Let's see. MVP is looks like Thursday. National League MVP Thursday. Cy Young Award Wednesday. Cy Young Award Wednesday. Your Rookie of the Year happened tonight. Manager of the Year is going to happen tomorrow, looks like. Yeah. So it looks like it's all this week, these awards. So, yeah, it's going to be busy. Get ready. It's going to be a busy week. Yeah, he's got a pretty hot girlfriend, Skeens. Yeah. Alec Burleson and Brendan Dunn. I don't know if they can get him, but we don't know if the Cardinals are going to cut payroll yet or whatnot. There was talks about them, so. But if we lose Soto, I'm going a different route, Agent. In all honesty, I would go for Donovan and Helsley because we need to get a reliever and an infield player, and then I would go after, either what's the name? Jurickson Profar or someone else, and I would go after Teoscar Hernandez, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, Juan DeFranco's done, man. He's done. Yeah, I mean, if they miss out on, I can see them being aggressive with Tanner Scott, but I'm not really worried about their ability to fill out a good bullpen because they've done it quite a bit. No doubt, CeeLo. You know the deal. I'll do a quick check right now just to make sure we're all on the same page here. Any news before we wrap it up? No. Yeah. I'll go on. Let's see. Man, nothing else. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Estevez from the Phillies, they're interested in, so I could see that happening. Yeah, Caleb Durbin looks really good, so I think he's going to get every shot to win the second base job. Oh, mine too, Ken. Duke Ellis, baby. He's going to be our outfield bench piece, man. Super fast. Especially if John Birdie gets non-tendered. expect Duke Ellis to be on that bench. He is fast as hell. Jay Gent, go get some school, my man. Have a great night. I'll wrap it up in a minute, too, guys. We need 6 more likes to get to 100, gang. Let's just get them. Smack those thumbs up. Thank you so much for it. But that's what we got. That's what we got. So I want to thank you all for coming on. And again, if news comes out tonight, I'll get it to you tonight. Comes out tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot tomorrow, most likely. I'll get you all the news tomorrow too. So stay tuned. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. And again, if Soto's a 1-year wonder with the Yankees, that was one hell of a 1 year. But I think we're all hoping that he comes back for good. But until then, we'll see. 2 more likes to get to 100. All right. Jettis, I'm gonna wrap up in a minute too. We'll see if we can get 2 more likes to get to 100, and then I'm gonna bounce. Yeah, always a pleasure, Jack. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. 97 likes. All right, we need 3. We need 3 likes. But that's it. That's it. So, if you had a percentage number, what's your percentage of how you feel? Oh, we're over 100. Thank you, gang. Appreciate you. What's your percentage you feel the Yankees are going to get Soto? I'm at like 70%, 75%. Yeah, I'm at like 70, 75% for Soto when it comes back to the Yankees. Yeah. And again, I said this too, and I agree. I firmly believe this, that had he not played for the Yankees last year, the Mets would have a bigger edge, even the Dodgers. But he played with the Yankees last year. He knows what it's like. He got the love here. Now he knows the Yankees. I think it's going to give the Yankees the edge. So I'll leave you with that. 48%. All right. It's a good number. But have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support and your comments as always. Peace and love to all of yous. I'll see y'all tomorrow.